You want to save yourself months or possibly years of heartache, then this could be one of the most important videos of mine you've ever watched. A true mark of spiritual maturity is the ability to tell the difference between a temptation and an opportunity and to take the right action. Now, I have learned this the hard way. And I have also learned, and this is another very painful lesson, that as a teacher, sometimes I see people going down the road where there's something before them that appears to be an opportunity, and it's really a temptation. And I know they're going to get hurt by it. But I also know that they've got to go through it. They've got to go down that road. They've got to learn the lesson, and they got to come back. And I just got another reminder of it, and it broke my heart because I know what this person's about to go through. But I also knew, I heard Spirit say in my mind, they have to go through this. They have to learn this lesson. You have to let them go. And so what's the difference between a temptation and an opportunity? A temptation is something that has opportunity within it, but also requires a certain level of commitment or compromise from you that puts your heart and your soul at risk. Maybe it's, and typically what'll happen is things that look like a business/romantic. I mean, the most common one that I've seen is a business/romantic relationship type offer where the person's either offering to go into business with you and they also have romantic interest in you, or they're just, saying, hey, why don't you stay home, work on your dream, I'll take care of things. A lot of guys who are controlling narcissists will make that promise to a woman, or they'll make other promises where he'll support them or invest in them or whatever financially. And it looks terrific. But the reason I know that that is almost always a temptation and not an opportunity is because it peels away a little bit of the person's soul, right? It causes them to enter a situation where they can get their heart broken, where they can lose their ability to believe in the basic goodness of people because they've been betrayed or taken advantage of by someone who is truly malevolent and who really in the beginning appeared to want to help them, but it was really about controlling them. And before you know it, the person is ensnared in the trap that they're kicking themselves for falling into. But you can't blame people for falling for these temptations. I mean, usually they come when we are desperate. The most desperate times in your life, this is when you really got to know the difference. Because what'll happen is when you're desperate, you're going to usually have two choices. You're going to have the choice to take a road that is harder and requires a lot more faith and requires a lot more sacrifice and a lot more uncertainty with people who truly care about you and are truly standing by you, but are not looking to rescue you. And the other side of it, there's going to be someone who is just a wolf in sheep's clothing, who is offering what sounds like a really good deal to you, who seems like a decent person, and before you know it, they got a knife in your fucking back. And the reason I'm making this video is because as someone who's been through this and someone who teaches and mentors people, there are times in my life when I see this. I see someone about to go down one of these roads, and I have to keep my mouth shut. And it's not because I don't love that person. It's because I know, I hear Spirit in my mind telling me, you've got to let them go. You got to let them go down this road. And you got to let them learn a lesson and grow. Because they're not going to listen to you right now. They need to go through this. So I'm making this video as a reminder that you're going to see someone you love go through this. Maybe you're going to go through it. Maybe someone you love just went through it. They had something dangle in front of them. You looked at it and you're like, no, there's something wrong with that. And now, weeks later, months later, they're in a lot of trouble. And it's breaking your heart. But the lesson to be learned is not just because a lot of people will come out of these situations and the lesson they get from it is I'm just not going to love. I'm not going to trust anymore. I no longer believe in the goodness of people. That is what the enemy wants. They want you to lose your basic. That's the worst thing about being betrayed. The worst thing about being harmed by an evil person is not the pain that they cause you, not the things they take away from you. It's that they can rob you of your ability to believe in the basic goodness and decency of people. And that's what these types of temptations do to people. So hopefully this is a word of encouragement and clarity. Maybe I'm talking somebody off of a ledge here. Maybe I'm just giving a little bit of comfort to somebody who is watching somebody go down this road. But this is one of the most important lessons to learn in life, is to tell the difference between a temptation and an opportunity.